Hey guys, thanks for tuning into India. This week's episode is all about speed. Once again, we will first take a look at three awesome cars, the three Mercedes-AMG cars, namely the A45 AMG, the CLA45 AMG and the GLA45 AMG. And then we go on two wheels with the KTM RC250, a bike that is ready to race. Enjoy! Guys, your eyes are not deceiving you. Yes, what we have behind me are three cars that we have featured individually in individual episodes of India before. That's the GLA, that's the CLA, and that's the A-Class Mercedes-Benz. So why am I gathering all three over here, right here in the middle of Putrajaya, to bring it to you all over again? Because these are the fire-breathing versions of those cars. These are the AMG cars. That's the A45 AMG, CLA45 AMG and GLA45 AMG. And when you see AMG on the badge, you know it does one thing really well, and that is going stonkingly fast. We're going to find out what sets these cars apart from the regular cars that you've seen before. Let's enjoy this ride with me and my friends. So to the regular guys, when they're looking at these AMG cars, the first thing that jumps out to them is the fact that these cars look more garang as compared to the vanilla versions of each of these cars. That's the first thing that you will come to notice. And what makes it so garang is because it's got additional stuff stuck onto the cars to make it look more garang and also to give you performance gains. Differences between the cars are very small, very minuscule, but they are there nonetheless. For example, the A-Class and the CLA both spot directional bi-xenon headlamps. The GLA, however, gets adaptive bi-xenon headlamps, you know, the smarter ones. And then for the A-Class and also the GLA, you've got these little fins over here which are called canard, and they really add to the downforce of the car. So this is one of the things that actually gives the car a little bit more garangness. But if you jump over here to the CLA, you will realize that it does not have the canard. However, all three cars have splitters up front. So the splitters really clean the air underneath, giving it a better flow of air underneath and just basically adding with the aerodynamics of the car. One thing that you gotta notice is that these gorgeous wheels are unique to the AMG line. These are 19-inch wheels and they're forged alloy, and they just look the best with these AMG cars. They're just so very gorgeous. Both the GLA and the CLA both come with panoramic sunroof, but the A-Class does not. And this, when you're inside, it just makes a whole lot of difference. I'll get somebody to tell you about that. But if you come over to the GLA, this just looks completely more bonkers. If both of those cars look like more garang versions of the sedan and the hatchback that they are based on, the GLA is already a weird car that sits in a weird place already anyway, because it's not quite an SUV, nor is it really a well-defined crossover, and definitely not a regular hatchback. So this car has a lot of going on for it, but all the visual aids just adds to it. Those two cars come with the 19-inch AMG wheels. This one comes with a bigger, chunkier 20-inch wheels, and this goes in line with the chunkier feel of the car. One thing that I'm not a very big fan of is this decal over here. Personally, I won't have it because the car already looked very garang, especially with the GLA and its red accents in the grille and in the side mirrors over here. And that's just half the story, because we got to go and check out the back. Okay, right here at the back, you've got even more visual cues to separate these cars from the regular cars. You see the designers have a little bit more time, and they know that people have a little bit more time to look at the cars when stuck in traffic and stuff like that. So really, this is where they really need to differentiate and make these cars as different as possible from the regular cars. So what do? For the GLA and the A-Class, they stick on a stonkingly big rear wing. You cannot miss it, and it adds the downforce and the garangness of the car. But for the CLA, you don't get it. It's very clean design because this itself is already something that's very aerodynamic. But one thing that adds to the aerodynamics to the car for all these cars are the diffusers that they have at the bottom of the cars. This really adds You know, when you look at it, you'll be like, wow, sporty gila. So that's something that you get. And pair it off with the quad pipes on all of these cars, you know that these cars definitely mean business. Well, that's the aesthetics, but what about the stuff that you get to put inside the cars? You see, for these two cars, I can open the boot via the key, but for the A-Class, I need to open it. But nonetheless, we get ample boot space, making these hot hatches and hot sedan really hot, but practical at the same time. Surprisingly, the CLA gets the biggest boot space at 470 litres. And then you get the GLA with 421 litres, and then the A-Class gets an alright looking 341 litres of boot space. Now, button for this one. I'm going to introduce you to my friend Ryan, who's going to tell you a little bit about the luxurious appointments inside. Over to you, Ryan. So we want to talk about the interior, so we've got the people who know about luxury to come and talk about it. This is my friend Ryan from Glam Lelaki, my favourite men's lifestyle magazine, so he's going to help us out. And we're going to be talking in Malay because the magazine Malay, right? So Ryan, kita nak cakap pasal cabin kereta ni.
Yep.
Rumusan dia ialah
okey, untuk ketiga-tiga kereta ini, mereka hampir identical, which is hampir sama dari segi ruang kabin.
Saiz dia ke?
Saiznya.
Reka bentuk pun sama?
Reka bentuk lain, dalaman saja sama.
Okey. Maksud saya reka bentuk dalamannya.
Yes.
Lebih kurang sama
Yes.
Okey. So apa dia punya highlight points? Mungkin.
Okey, untuk AMG 45, A45, didatangkan dengan full leather seats, sport seats, dan juga carbon fiber mat untuk dashboard.
Dia punya finishing dia.
Yes, finishingnya.
So, full leather. And these are sport seats dengan dia punya carbon fiber mat.
Yes.
Okey, selain daripada tu apa lagi?
Selain daripada tu, untuk steering leather digabungkan dengan Alcantara.
Okey, yang ni adakah ini untuk A45 ataupun semua?
Ni untuk semua semua range kereta.
Ketiga-tiga kereta ni lah.
Ketiga kereta ini. Jadi kita selesa untuk pandu dan juga mudah kawal.
Masa Ryan bawa tu dia punya steering kan flat bottom, macam mana? Best tak?
Yeah. Oh yes.
Yes. Kan? Senang,
mudah.
sporty.
Ya, sporty.
Okey, lepas tu mungkin pasal kenapa dia punya trim saya warna merah?
Okey, mostly kalau trim colour merah ataupun ada stitching colour merah, dia amat signifikan dengan kereta sport.
Oh, so dia macam sinonim dengan sporty biasa.
Sangat sinonim. Okay. So jadi kita rasa dan juga rasa sporty tu dan juga
tampak lebih sporty.
Ya, tampak lebih sporty.
Okay, cool. So this is for the A45. Let's jump into the CLA. Jom.
Yes.
Right then, welcome to the cabin of the CLA45 AMG and Ryan.
Okay, untuk perbezaan dalam kereta ini ada 3 perbezaan utama.
Okay.
Which is di sini ada carbon fiber gloss.
Okay.
Okay, yang tadi carbon fiber matte, yang ni gloss.
Okay.
Dan juga yang paling best sekali dalam kereta ini ialah kita ada sunroof panoramic yang boleh dibuka.
Boleh lah nak berdiri kat atas tu.
Yes. Dan juga yang last kali pada steering wheel dia kita ada logo AMG, ada tulis di sini, which is kedua-dua kereta hanya tulis airbag saja, so boleh show off sikit.
Okay, alright. And then the other thing is that I just realised that the sport seats that Ryan was talking about in these two cars are full leather and they're actually made by Recaro.
Yep.
So we know that they're excellent seats. Okay, one final car to go to.
Let's go.
Alright then, final car in our lineup. This is the GLA45 AMG and this is the Edition 1, which is a special edition brought to the customers here in Malaysia. Ryan, apa beza-beza dia?
Okay, perbezaan untuk kereta ini pula iaitu seatsnya didatangkan dengan Alcantara dan leather, which is sama dengan steering, ketiga-tiga steering ini.
So, seat dia lain lah, berbeza dengan yang lain.
Dia punya kemasan dia lain. Dan juga pada airconnya, stitching merah sudah tiada. Aksen merah, sudah tiada, digantikan dengan aksen merah pada dashboard di sini, which is
dashboard dia pun lain ya, dia fascia
plastik ya.
Jadi tiada apa ni, carbon fiber dah tak ada.
Tak ada, dia datang dengan plastik saja.
Okey.
So
selebihnya
masih didatangkan dengan sunroof panoramic rooftop.
Oh, sama dengan CLA tadi.
Sama dengan CLA tadi.
Dan akhir sekali, this is my favourite part. Ketiga-tiga kereta saya tengok ada gear lever yang cukup unik. Apa ceritanya ni?
Okay, memang unik untuk Mercedes baru ni, which is didatangkan dengan logo Alpha Terbak, which is the home of AMG, dan sangat unik dengan
dia punya design pun begitu lain dan it looks really funky. Okay, so luxurious tak kereta-kereta ni?
Yes.
Okay, sampai tak piawaian yang begitu tinggi standardnya glam lelaki? Sampai
Sampai.
Yes, that. Okay, let's go and check out about let's talk to another friend of mine, Arvin, from Car Magazine Malaysia, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the differences from the spec sheet. Okay, let's go. So this is my man Arvin from Car Magazine. He's our resident tech guy. Over to you, man.
Right. Okay, Dino, you got that right. These are fire-breathing cars. Now, the 2-litre turbos that we feature in this A45 series, the CLA and the GLA, they are currently the most powerful series-produced 2-litre turbo cars in the world right now. Now, in keeping with AMG's age-old traditions of power, accuracy, and build quality, every engine that comes off the AMG line is built by a single man. Now, if you look in closely, you will see the man that built this one and his signature right on the engine cover. Now, just how much power are we talking about? These 2-litre engines, direct injected, turbocharged, are good for 350 bhp and 450 Newton meters of torque. Now, the fun starts right about 2250 RPM, where right under your right foot, you've got a crazy amount of go. Now, the power is then channeled through a 7-gear double clutch gearbox, sending power to all 4 wheels through Mercedes 4MATIC system. And if you look closely on the sides, you've got this massive perforated and cross-drill rotors, giving you all the stopping power you probably need. Now, in terms of everyday performance, if you have the guts, these cars, especially these two, will accelerate from 0 to 100 in 4.6 seconds. That takes a little bit longer at 4.8 seconds. Now, as far as the wheelbase is concerned, they're pretty much the same, except for the different body styles, so appease different markets. So now in all their varying body styles, I guess the best part about cars like the A45, the GLA45, the CLA45 is you can pack 2 kids in the back, your groceries at the back of them, and still get to the post office really quickly.
Right guys, in normal shows, this is where we talk about the drive of the cars, but there are 3 cars here that drives almost identically. So you know what, I'm just going to VO this whole thing. Basically, the A45, the CLA45 and the GLA45 all drive subliminally because they're all AMG cars. What sets them apart is really the body shape. Where in the A45 you get the sportiest drive, in the CLA you get something that is slightly more sedated, but it is still very sporty nonetheless. With the GLA, surprise, it actually handles and drives really well. Despite the fact that you think that it's going to be taller, actually you don't feel the height of the car simply because it's been tuned in such a way that it just delivers the most beautiful driving experience ever. These 3 cars are really engaging to drive. The power plant and the transmission working together hand in hand along with the 4-wheel drive, ensuring that grip is always there to the max and the power delivery is as punchy as possible. You see, these engines are, like what Arvin says, the most powerful 2-litre engine in the world. So there's no point in denying that these engines can really deliver the punch that you really need. Now, how punchy is it? Is it creamy or is it woomph? I'm saying it is a woomph kind of power delivery because it really pushes you right to the back of your seat when you really put pedal to the metal, and that's awesome. In the words of my friend Arvin over here, these cars have individual characteristics. This here is Bruce Banner in a suit, that car is just plain Batman, and that over there is Bane. They all have individual suaveness, yet they are very good at what they do, which is being practical and also being really quick. Now, Ryan has pointed out that all these cars are luxuriously appointed and they look great inside and out. Arvin has also laid out that on paper, everything is just bonkers. The most powerful 2-litre engines in the world between these three cars over here. And like what I said earlier, these cars are just fire-breathing toys that are just so practical. That's what we love the most about the Mercedes-AMG cars.